The NBA playoffs is about to start and the end of the regular season is heating up. Let's take a look at some teams that may make it, may not make it. The play. You make it happen. You come back from the brink of hell. Kind of in a love triangle situation right now. And to help illustrate what needs to happen this next week for each team to make the playoffs, I have this nice whiteboard.
Oh, Jesus.
This one's for you.
Divorce is tough, man.
I guess, yeah. Divorce is hard. Poor guy. Hopefully he can still kiss his son on the lips, though. Anyways,
Also, you know what you should do?
what's that?
You should just make like a generic like and subscribe clip that you could just put in there every time.
Just stare into their souls and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Welcome back to the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube. This is Swivel Chair Sports. I'm your host, Zach Circleberg Burkle, here with my co-host today, Aaron Siege and Joe. Go ahead and say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
And
All right, please make sure to like and subscribe if you like our content. But let's go ahead and get into it. Starting with the Western Conference of the National Basketball Association. The play-in scenario is really starting to heat up there at the bottom of the Western Conference standings. We've got a number of teams, at least 5 or 6, I can tell, that may or may not sneak into that play-in or slip in some cases, like the Warriors from the 6th seed down into the play-in. And then you got teams like the Mavericks and the Jazz who are just trying to fight and claw their way up from 11 and 12 into the top 10. So, Joe, I guess I'll start with you. You being our resident Lakers fan, and then I'll go to Siege after that, being the Thunder fan of the group. How do you feel about your Lakers right now? Do you expect them to make a jump up to the top 6 teams in the West before the season's over? I mean, they're only a game and a half behind the Warriors as of now, so they definitely have the opportunity to do so. Do you think they can?
yeah, I do. I'm hoping they do. As a fan,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Aaron's sitting over there now that LeBron's back. We're gonna suck and be terrible. He can suck it and shut up because LeBron is back and LeBron is still LeBron. Okay, so I think.
They lost the first game.
Ooh, first game. So I think I sure hope so. I mean, I think they can. I mean, I'm confident that they'll jump the Timberwolves. I just think the Timberwolves will lose a few games at the end of the year, enough to
Cat's
let
out
us
too, I
jump to
think.
7. Is he out?
I think I heard.
If he's
Cat's
out, that's real big.
Well, you have the chance
big,
tomorrow
man.
because the Lakers play the Timberwolves.
Ooh.
Exactly. I keep seeing on Twitter
and you
like
got
all
the-
these Lakers fans are posting the last time
Yeah, and you
Cat
got
played and was talking a bunch of trash.
Yeah, and you got the D'Lo revenge game that could definitely happen for sure. He's got
Isn't
some-
Vanderbilt from there too?
Jared Vanderbilt did play there. Yeah, he played with Jazz. he was part of the Gobert trade, so he played in Minnesota, and then he got traded in the Gobert.
Oh, so
trade
not
to
much.
Utah.
Gotcha.
He got drafted by
That's-
Minnesota though.
It
Yeah.
says Towns is probable for Friday's game against the Lakers, but
Okay.
he stayed today.
Okay, so he is on his way back. Then I didn't know how severe.
If he's smart, he'll just sit out.
If he's smart, he just sit out.
He won't hop into this.
Oh, I
He don't
got-
want to. He don't want to see Anthony Davis right now.
Got a feeling
Not
Gobert-
not on first game back.
Gobert's gonna send every LeBron layup into the 6th row, but it's cool.
He's gonna go hit those post fades that he hit last game.
Yeah. Who do you think's gonna be those 4 teams in the play-in then, Joe? Do you think the Warriors slip down to 7 then?
I think. I hope the Lakers really do jump
up
to 6,
Yeah.
but part of me feels like it's gonna be the same. The 4 that are in there right now, I could actually see. So I think Minnesota, Lakers, Thunder. I think the Pelicans fall out. I
You
think
they fall out or they fall to
somehow.
10?
No, I think they fall out.
So you think the Mavs jump up to 10?
I think either the Mavs or the Jazz I don't know how I feel about either one of those. The Mavs go out one night, put on a show, and then the next 2, 3 games they're just bad,
Yeah.
like just overall. So I mean, between them and the Jazz, I can see it going either way. Isn't Markkinen out right now too for the Jazz?
Possible. I'm not sure. I don't keep up with the
Or
Jazz
I
much.
thought he was at one point, and so I mean, if they don't have him, like that's gonna hurt. So, but I think the Pelicans somehow fall out, and I think for the sake of argument,
Markkinen is
I'll
out for the
say
Jazz.
okay. So with that being said, I'll take the Mavs. I think the Pelicans fall out of play-in, and
Yeah.
Dallas sneaks in at
Well,
10.
yeah, I just think it makes more sense for the Jazz to kind of try to tank a little bit here at the end of the year to maybe get a better pick, especially where they are in the standings. They're probably not going to fall into the Blazers, though. They're probably kind of stuck there at 12. But CJ, how do you feel about your Thunder? You think they got what it takes to be a play-in team? Because unfortunately, thanks to me, it looks like their ship kind of sailed on missing the play-in and making the playoffs. So my bad on that. I'll take blame for the OKC falling off a cliff. But,
Well, they didn't fall off a cliff. They're still there. They're trying to get a play-in spot. I think the thing that's hurting them the most right now is dealing with Shea's little ankle injury.
yeah,
He's got a sprained ankle, so he's missed 2 games, which are pivotal games in this point of the season because they won one and lost one. But I don't know, having him out on the floor, they look so much better just because Shea does what Shea does, and he's
yeah,
been unstoppable all year. So
yeah.
hopefully they can get him back for these last 5 games that they have. It didn't say, I haven't seen whether or not he's going to be playing tomorrow or not against the Pacers, but hopefully he does. The Thunder have a rough last 5 games, though. They got, other than the Pacers, they got the Suns, the Warriors, then they also have the Jazz, and then the Grizzlies. So hopefully they can squeak out a couple wins and keep the Jazz out of their hair, and hopefully the Mavs don't win enough games to push them out. But I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Hopefully Shea gets healthy quick. That way he can help them in the last few games of the season.
Yeah. As of now, who's
Hey,
your...
Halliburton's not playing for the Pacers on Friday.
Oh, there you go.
That helps a little
That's a
bit.
big one for sure.
We just need 30 plus from Shea. Who else was it? Isaiah Joe randomly dropped 30, and then
You got a strap.
yeah,
And
hopefully he can
J-Dub.
shoot the ball other than J-Dub, and hopefully he can shoot the ball like unlike he did not against the Pistons the other night, went 0 for 7 from 3. But
Yeah, shoot or
see.
shoot, man. Shoot or shoot. As long as he just keeps throwing them up there, eventually they'll find the net. But who's your final prediction for those 4 play-in teams going into the last couple weeks?
let me see who the Mavs play real quick. They got the Heat, Hawks, Kings, Spurs, Bulls. I think it stays the same.
Okay, so those 4 teams: Pelicans, Thunder, Lakers, Wolves. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Aaron, I guess I'll go with you. Notorious LeBron James hater. Notorious Zach Barkle hater. So you don't like the Thunder because I talked highly on them. And then
I root for whatever Siege roots for. Go Thunder.
Okay, fair enough.
I hate the Celtics go.
Yeah, spite me, but as long as Siege is involved, then go Siege.
I do. I'm pulling for the Thunder too. As a Laker fan, I really am
too.
pulling for OKC. I want them boys to go.
That's one thing we can all 4 agree on is we really want to see OKC make the play-in and probably the playoffs, unless in Joe's case it means them beating the Lakers. But Aaron, what's on your mind? I don't really have a team to poke out for you, but who's on your mind for that play-in in the Western Conference?
In reality, none of it matters. Because LeBron James went to the LeBron James of foot doctors. He also went to Russell Wilson, and he got some of that Wolverine blood, and he drank it, and that's why he came back sooner than anybody would thought. So my prediction is for the Lakers to win it all. None of this matters. The Lakers can make the play-in. They can make it in a regular seed. They're gonna win it all.
Joe switches from Puka.
Just depends on the take, all right?
The crazy thing is, I would not put it past the Lakers to win the title this year. I mean, according to LeBron, he heals faster than anybody in human recorded history. So that's just another box checked for his legacy. Just the best healer. He's just the best healer. So MJ couldn't do that. You think MJ would do that? You think MJ would heal his foot like that? No shot. No shot MJ would heal his foot like that. No
MJ would
shot.
have played with that foot like that.
MJ would have played with that foot. You're right, yeah.
MJ, and then even as a Laker man, Kobe would play him through that. That's
right,
all I'm
you're
gonna
right,
say.
you're right. The only thing Kobe didn't play through is that torn Achilles. R.I.P. the Mamba, though. Like, for real.
That was my promo.
That was your promo?
How was it? I learned from the best.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. But yeah, I mean, the Western Conference is gonna. It's that bottom four teams that play in is really interesting. I could see the Warriors. I don't know how many road games. I guess that really depends on the Warriors' chances. Is how many road games do they have left? Because those are basically all guaranteed losses at this point. They do have 3 road games left, so could we chalk up 3 losses to the Golden State Warriors? Maybe. I mean, those teams aren't easy either. They've got like
No, they'll beat Portland.
Portland maybe, but they got
Dame's
Sacramento. Dame is
Yeah.
out. You're right. I forgot Dame's out for the year. But they got
Shaq's
Sacramento
gonna be tough.
and Denver. Those are both going to be tough road games. And then that Thunder game could really determine whether the Warriors make the play in or not. But I could see them sliding down. Lakers, I could see jumping up to 6 if that's the case. Wolves, I expect to move down a little bit. I do think the Thunder will move up to 8. So I think my final prediction is going to be Lakers crack in as the 6th seed. I think the Lakers make the 6th seed and then they end up playing the Kings in the first round, which kind of just gives them a super, super nice path for them. And then I think
All the way to the chip.
I think Warriors fall down to 7, Timberwolves fall to 8, or Timberwolves fall to 9, Pelicans fall to 10, and Thunder jump up to 8. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Because, I mean, those 4 teams are only separated by 2 games between the Thunder at 10 and the Warriors at 6. So I think any of those 5 could end up being in that play-in. But moving over to the Eastern...
Real quick. Because I can see the future, and this is going to be a thing.
Yeah.
The Thunder play the Grizzlies their last game of the year. The Thunder need to win to get in, right?
Sure.
Steven Adams throws.
Steven Adams is out for the year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's already working on it. He's already throwing.
He's already throwing.
Hey, Steven Adams might go faster than LeBron, he might be there.
He's already out for the year. He's already doing his part for you, buddy.
Steven Adams is going to heal. He's going to be like, oh, I'm playing against the Thunder. We're going to go play. Okay? And then he's going to come in. And he's going to be like, oh, dang, I hurt myself again. I can't play.
Yep.
And he's really thrown.
There you go. And maybe he like falls into John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bain, and they all get hurt. So.
And then he leaves the game and he comes out in a Thunder uniform with the name.
He comes out.
Steven Adamson.
Hey, here's an interesting one that just came to mind. Does Steven Adams get his jersey retired in Oklahoma City?
100%.
Dude, Steven Adams is only like 29.
I mean, Nick Collison got his jersey retired in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, true. Steven Adams still has a mural here, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's still here too. He's still
to.
got the mural on the wall. It's crazy. They love him. So it wouldn't. I think they'd retire his jersey before KD's if we're being honest.
No, well, we ain't.
But that's a story.
KD ain't getting that.
What did KD ever do for the Thunder?
That's a story for another day.
Exactly.
Moving over to the Eastern Conference, not as exciting, but we do still have a couple teams that could move up and down. We got the Bulls sitting there at 10. They're only 2 games behind the 8-seeded Hawks, who's a game and a half behind the 7-seeded Heat, who's a game and a half. Yeah, okay. So the 6 teams in the East that are definitely in the playoffs are probably set. It's just a matter of who's going to make the play-in and really whether or not the Wizards can jump up. So I guess at this point it's really more about seeding when it comes to the Eastern Conference play-in. Aaron, what do you think over there? We got the Heat at 7, the Hawks at 8, the Raptors at 9, and the Bulls at 10. Do you see any sort of shakeup there in the Eastern Conference play-in games?
Um, no, not really. I mean, Toronto is kind of on a hot streak, winning the last three, but I
Yeah.
think it just kind of holds as it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we started with the Western Conference. It was a lot more exciting to talk about. The East just, it's really not. It's kind of clear cut who's making, who's not. But, Joe, you got any crazy, outlandish takes you want to throw at me right now about the Eastern Conference?
I'm gonna say just for the heck of it, Toronto gets to 7,
Okay, okay.
if not 6. If they can get to 7,
Yeah.
I think they got 6. Toronto wins out, makes it,
I mean, the Nets would have
pushes
to
the
lose
Nets down
out.
into the play-in. Maybe.
Yeah.
You said something outlandish.
Fair enough.
Realistically,
fair enough, fair
not
enough.
happening.
Fair enough.
Realistically, not happening.
You're right. I asked for it. I got what I asked for.
The Eastern Conference over there is
Hey, I
not
don't know
not
what you're
very
talking about.
exciting right now.
The three best teams in the league are in the East. Bucks, Celtics. I guess I hate calling the Sixers a contender. I personally just don't see them as a contender. But Siege, stick with the play-in. What's something crazy you gotta say?
There's not enough games left for anything to change, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing crazy. I think that's gonna happen, really. I mean, really, the only thing that might happen. I mean,
The Heat could jump up to 6, but that's
like,
about
yeah,
it.
the Heat could jump to 6, and that's about the only thing I could see
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, and I mean them losing their last 3 games definitely doesn't help them in that endeavor. They're also 15-23 on the road, which is not great. 21-27 in the conference, which is terrible for a playoff team. I think they're the only top 10 team in the East with a losing conference record. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean the Heat really the only one who can move there. Probably going to stay the same though with Heat 7, 8, Hawks 8, Raptors 9, and Bulls 10. But let's talk about the 76ers since we got a little bit of time left. Am I the only one that doesn't find them as contenders? It could just be because I'm a Celtics fan and we've beaten them 8 out of the last 9 times we've played them in the playoffs. But I just do not find the Sixers scary. Joe?
I'm with you.
Okay.
I just like Embiid is a dog. Like I think he's proven that after last season and then especially this year. Like he's a dog, but for some reason as a team, like I'm kind of with you when I just like watch them. There's like nothing that scares me about them
Yeah.
other than Joel Embiid dropping 40 on you and keeping them in the game up until the last seconds. Like then obviously that's going either way, but I don't see them doing that in a 7-game series versus the Bucks. I don't see them doing that in a 7-game series versus y'all in Boston. Like
Yeah.
it just I mean, I would be scared to play teams like Miami or Toronto more than Philly, in my opinion. Just
As
because
a
those
Celtics
teams,
fan,
if
yeah.
they push you to 6 or 7 games, like those teams are built for it.
Right.
So I mean,
Well, it may just be a matchup thing with us and Philadelphia, but for whatever reason, they just can't seem to beat us. We beat them all 3 times we played them this regular season. As mentioned before, we beat them 8 out of 9 times we played them in the playoffs since Joel Embiid has gotten there. And I mean, they got one of the most notorious playoff chokers in NBA history in James Harden on that team. So
Jason Tatum plays there.
Jason Tatum.
Oh, he's a Boston guy. That's right.
Jason Tatum can make the NBA Finals, unlike Embiid or Harden can. So, I'd watch it with that outlandishness over there. Aaron, what do you think about the 76ers?
They don't look anything special outside their starting lineup, and even that's
Yeah,
a little shaky. So I'm kind of with you.
yeah. I hear a bunch of people talking about their depth, and I'm like, what depth? I mean, they got Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris in the starting lineup. D'Anthony Melton's cool, I guess. Who else is even on that team though? Like
Shake Milton, Jalen McDaniels, George Niang, Paul Reed.
Yeah, I mean PJ Tucker, he's all right. Montrezl Harrell, he's all right. Furkan Korkmaz, lucky to still be in the league if we're being honest. Georges Niang's all right. Yeah, I mean they just don't have the depth that I feel like everyone's talking about. It just doesn't make sense how they're talking about the Philadelphia Sixers being this super deep team, and then you compare their roster to like the Bucks or the Celtics or even the Lakers now, Joe. The Lakers I would say are deeper than the Philadelphia 76ers. So I don't know. I just don't see it with them. I don't see them as a legitimate threat, especially in the Eastern Conference when you got to go through two juggernauts in Milwaukee and Boston. Two teams that have been to the finals before recently, the last 2 years. One who's won it and the other who fizzled out in 6 games. I just don't think the Sixers you choke
Sorry.
in 6 games.
Right.
Fine, that's fair. That's fair. They did a little bit. They did choke a little bit, but Siege, you got anything to add to this Philadelphia Sixers just dog pile we're putting on?
No, I don't really have much to add about them.
Okay. Well, I guess that'll do it for this episode of Swivel Chair Sports.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I got a question. Do you guys like baseball?
I do like.
Because if I had to guess, I would think you guys would be Royals fans
Oh.
or Cardinals. Is that just me?
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild.
Man, great.
Where'd you
That's
get
a
Cardinals
great
from?
get there.
Where'd you get Cardinals from? I don't see Cardinals shit nowhere.
Kansas City, Kansas, right? That's where you guys. That's where it is. Thank y'all for coming. Have a great night.
No, we're from the nice side. We're from Kansas City, Missouri, the good side. But that'll do it for this episode of Swivel Chair Sports. I've been your host, Zach Zuckerberg Burkle, here with my co-hosts today, Aaron Seach and Joe. Go ahead and say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Later.
All right, and that'll do it. Deuces.